Good morning, my students. How are you today? In this video, يا شباب, I'm going to read the text in the student book, page 38 and 39. So, open your student book, go to page 38, unit 4, reading. Okay? The Grand Palace. Visitors from all around the world are truly amazed by the beauty and magnificence of the richly decorated buildings of the Grand Palace. Stunning, dazzling like a dream. It's a must. Comments like these appear repeatedly in online reviews written by visitors from every continent. The palace is one of the sights in Bangkok that every tourist should see. If you only have a little time in the city, make it your first destination. So this evidence that this palace is very great. It is wonderful. It's amazing. Okay? So if you visit this city and you don't have a lot of time, make sure or make this or the Grand Palace first destination. Visit it at the beginning. Facts about the palace. The Grand Palace stands. Now, the writer wants to give us some information about this palace. فبحكي لك the Grand Palace stands majestically on the east bank of the Chao Phraya River. This is the name of river. So the Grand Palace is next to this river. It's a complex of many buildings, and the whole site measures more than 218,400 square meters. It's surrounded by a protective wall which is 1,900 meters long. There are three parts. Then there are three parts. There are two parts for the Grand Palace. True or false? False. There is four parts. False. There are three parts to the palace complex: the outer court, the central court, and the inner court. Okay يا شباب, فانتبهوا. there are three parts, not two parts, not four parts or five parts, three parts اللي هم the outer court, the central court, and the inner court. History. Now يا شباب, the writer wants to give us, or writer gives us information about history for this palace or for the Grand Palace. The Grand Palace was built by King Rama I in 1782. Who did build this or the Grand Palace? King Rama I. When? In 1782. At first, it was a group of traditional wooden buildings which the king used for his residence and his administration offices. More buildings have been added gradually over the centuries. اوكي هون بحكي لك انه صاروا مش كل القصر انبنى بشكل كامل. انتبه يا شباب لهي المعلومة كثير مهمة بنفس الحقبة الزمنية. اوكي هاي ترجمت لك اياها بالعربي لانها كثير معلومة مهمة. هاي The Grand Palace is no longer the permanent home of the kings of Thailand, but many buildings are used for government offices or for important occasions and ceremonies. The palace remains uniquely important to the people of Thailand. Okay, so يا شباب, the writers wants to tell us that this palace is very important, or it has a great history. Okay, king in the past, kings used this palace as a home, okay, as well as they used it for important occasions and ceremonies. Okay يا شباب. Now يا شباب, architecture, golden towers and colorful steep roofs rise impressively above the palace walls. Architectural styles include Thai, with other features from China, Cambodia, and Europe. King Rama I encouraged Thai culture and literature. Then what did King Rama I encourage? Thai culture and literature. Literature يا شباب أدب in Arabic means. He told his architect to decorate his palace walls lavishly with scenes from the Thai story. Then what did he tell his architect? To decorate his palace walls lavishly, richly, with scenes from the Thai story. The Ramakan, this is the name of this story. Okay, شباب. These remarkable murals can be seen on some of the oldest buildings in the outer court of the place. هاي هي شباب remarkable murals. هاي الميورالز هي plural, mural singular, بتيجي معناها لوحات جدارية، لوحات أو صور جدارية. اوكي يا شباب. طبعا في عنا هنا احنا تمثال، في عنا هنا احنا ايش؟ تمثال. الآن راح نقرأ عن هاي التماثيل شو هي بالضبط. statues يا شباب اللي هم التماثيل زي ما حكيت لكم representing what legendary creatures stand fiercely معناها همجي أو وحشي on guard at entrances and adorn فساد. يعني هون بحكي لك إنه هاي التماثيل، ممكن أنا أسألك أحكي لك what do statues represent؟ بدك تحكي لي legendary creatures. legendary story at entrances and adorn facades, terraces and staircases. Thank you يا شباب for listening to me. If you have any question, you can ask me. Goodbye.